Thank you, everybody, for joining us again on Chamber Chat. We are very pleased to have Marika Moffat, the owner of Dirtie Dog Photography, with us today. Thank you, Marika, for joining us.
Hi, Jason. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your business story. How'd you get started?
Sure. Well, I am the owner of Dirtie Dog Photography here in Seattle, and I'm a pet photographer. I do a lot of other things, though, with my business because I love my business and I love being involved in the community. So basically, I moved to Seattle from Skagit Valley in 2013 because I wanted to be in a city that loved dogs, and that's Seattle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But when I first moved here, we quickly learned that it can be kind of expensive, so had to get a day job and just sort of slowly build up my business to where it is now. And in 2017, I took the leap, left my day job, been full-time, and it has been amazing ever since then. Just getting involved in the community, meeting amazing people and the dogs that they love, and the cats and the horses, and helping them tell their stories. And really what I'm focused on is the story aspect of the relationship that everyone has with the pets in their life, and helping people capture those stories as they are right now. Because we all know that our pets, unfortunately, do not stick around as long as we'd like them to. But with photographs and just having the opportunity to sit down with somebody and tell your story, that's an incredible way to hold on to the things that you love about your pet.
That's awesome. And I love hearing those stories of when someone has to go all in, and it's never an easy decision. It's one of the bravest things I hear people do. So kudos to you for making it happen.
Oh, thank you.
So if you would share with us what has happened with COVID with your business, what have you learned from this?
Right. So when everything started shutting down last March, I had a lot of things planned that were definitely in person because of the work I do, photographing people and their pets is in person. Couldn't happen. And so I had to decide, well, am I going to grieve that right now? Am I going to be really upset about that right now? Or am I going to look at my community and recognize what they need? Because there's a point in any business when you do have to kind of stop and realize that it's not about you, that it's about the people you serve. And so I realized that what my community was going to need was a way to connect. And what an incredible way to connect through sharing stories of your pets. So I shifted from planning anything that had to do with photographs or even any way of making money into creating opportunities to teach my community how to take better pictures of their pets and share their stories. So I started a Facebook group and I ran a 7-day pet photo challenge. And it was amazing to watch the connection that was being created within the group. People taking a photo based on a theme and then sharing a story based on another theme, and the way that people would interact with one another and engage with one another based off of those photos and those stories. It was really beautiful. It was definitely a great way to kind of go through those first, few weeks of shutdown, which then led into even more opportunities to create connection with community. So I'm continually amazed at the power of animals and how they make our lives so much better just because we love them.
That's such a cool story, because in a year when we lost so much that we knew of in regards to community, here you are building one in a brand new way. So that's inspiring. So if you would tell us a little bit about what other things are you involved in the community, what organizations and such?
Yeah, so I am the co-founder of a project called the Limelight Pet Project, and we founded our project in August of 2019. I've been doing this kind of work for since, I want to say, 2018. But what we do is we actually shine the light on harder to adopt pets in the greater Seattle area, where we are partnered with Q13. And every Tuesday, we do an interview with one of our local animal nonprofit partners and a harder to adopt pet that they have. We have over a dozen partners that we feature. And that's another thing we had to pivot when all of this started happening in March. So originally what we normally do, normal circumstances, is we go on site to our partner rescue, and we do a video interview, and we do a professional photo session. And we're all about highlighting the pet, but also the people who are doing the work. And then we send off B-roll and some interview clips to Q13. And then on the weekend, they play a segment focused on that pet. And we also do another interview for our project that we put on YouTube and on social media. But when COVID hit, we couldn't go in person anymore. So we had to figure out, how are we going to do this? Oh. So we ended up shifting, and we did our interviews over Zoom. And I actually put together some tutorial videos for our rescue partners on teaching them how to take better photos and how to take the type of video clips that we needed for our features. It just created a landing page and sent it to them. And it was so much fun to see the video and photos that they came up with and they would send to us. And it kept everything going. We actually were still, despite everything, we were able to feature 54 animals last year. And wow. Yeah, so it was, I don't know, it was a really hard year, but those are the pieces that make it not so terrible.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you've been so resilient through all this, and you know, just finding new ways to do things, and in the process, you're leading people along that path and helping them, you know, learn new skills, and nobody's missing out because you're taking the lead. That's impressive work.
Thank you. Yeah, we really look at it like, with our rescue partners, they have a lot on their plate already, whether COVID is around or not. And if we can do one thing to help bring more attention to the work that they do, then we're going to do that. And we're not a nonprofit. It's a collaboration. It's a collaboration between myself, my friend Tracy Campion of Pet Connection Magazine, and my other friend Holly Cook of Holly Cook Photography. So we're three crazy gals who just are nuts about animals and telling their stories.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say are things that you're hopeful about in the future?
I'm really hopeful for all of the connection that has been happening for everybody, that it's going to lead to bigger and better things for all of us. I think we've all had to take a hard look at the things that are most important to us and make decisions that lead us toward the kind of world that we want to live in. And that's what gives me hope, for sure.
Awesome. And we've heard a lot of great things about your business, but what would you say is the one or two things that really sets your business apart and makes it special?
Right. Well, I would say that this isn't just cute photos of dogs. That's not, I mean, that's an aspect of what I do, for sure. But I guess I've been talking about this whole time, but I'm here to build community with my business. I believe that having a business gives you such incredible opportunity to do great things. That's why I have a business. I love what I do. I love being an artist. I love being around animals. I love the people that I get to work with. But my heart is in the building community, and the connection. I'm also the founder of Seattle Pet Collective, which is a podcast that shares stories of people doing great things for animals in the greater Seattle area. And the three aspects, our pillars, are community, connection, and collaboration. And everything that I do in my business and in just my life is about those three things. Collaboration is my love language. I love working with other businesses and creatives to just do something that it benefits not just our businesses, but benefits the greater good, benefits more people, gets more people involved, gives them hope, gives them something to be a part of. And I think that's what 2020 taught me, is that everything I've been doing over the past 3-4 years was to get through that and continue to do this type of work.
Well, if you don't mind, can you share your website, maybe the Facebook group that you mentioned, how they find your podcast? You got a lot of stuff going on.
I do. So my website is www.dirtiedogphotography.com, and that's DIRTIE for Dirty Dog. And Instagram is a really great place to follow me. It's at Dirty Dog Photography. I actually have like 1,000 million Instagram accounts because of all of my collaborative projects, but that's the main one that you need to be aware of. And the Facebook group is just Seattle Pet Collective, and the podcast is also Seattle Pet Collective. I do have an exciting event that's currently available for people to book limited edition sessions. It's called Puppy Love, and it's a fundraising event where your session fee, which is only $50, which is amazing, is actually donated to Motley Zoo Animal Rescue to help them continue to do the work that they do. And then you get a private one-on-one session with me, and we're holding the event in a private event space at Dogwood Play Park in Lake City. And it's on February 6th, but reservations are required. So you can go to my website. There's a whole entire section all about it, and you can learn about it. If you love your dog and you love the idea of giving back to community, this is the event for you.
That's amazing. Anybody watching this, if you love dogs, if you love pets, you need to be following Dirty Dog Photography. I mean, I follow them on Instagram, and there's such amazing photos that she's putting out there that it just brightens your day to see some of those. And if you're having one of those kind of days, go through her feed and you'll be pretty happy in a short amount of time. So thank you again.
A message to tell me your dog's story, because I love it. I love connecting with people, whether you hire me or not. Let's build community. Tell me your stories.
That's awesome. Remember, Dirtie, DIRTIE, Dirty Dog Photography. So thank you again for joining with us. I appreciate your time and your story.
Thank you so much.